Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best, I guess, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Why won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best? We fight back fast, don't believe it's sooner than this. Don't you think for the people the best? We fight back fast, don't believe it's sooner than this. Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people the best? We fight back fast, don't believe it's sooner than this. Don't you think for the people the best? We fight back fast, don't believe it's sooner than this. Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? Wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while.
Damn, feeling lucky. Out above most streets, us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet, caught up in these talks. Circling my head top, should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before, made it out of 11 more. Like my phone CoinEx, so I can't stop, I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said was you. Turn and eat your green. jeans. When you fuck, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I had the same please. The shops at the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? What we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees. There's no better dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time.
Check 1 2 1 2.
For those of you out there that are hitting that like button, I sincerely thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with the Road Dog. My name is Lane. I'm grateful to have each and every one of you here with me tonight. We're taking a look at the markets as altcoins are starting to show a little life, a little luster. Portfolios are starting to bounce back. Crypto not starting to look like such the scam it looked like just a few weeks ago when you were sitting there thinking, I should just get out. I should just take what I got left and go somewhere else because this ain't working. Yeah, that was not the right choice to make, and I hope nobody did that. It was rough during that pull down, and if you were in some drawdown with even just spot, you felt it on spot. If you had any margin tied to that in the leverage, you really felt that little thing. Don't like that. Don't want to ride that little sucker anymore. We're gonna work a new plan on that. Here we are. Top 100 looking kind of cool, looking kind of spicy. Popcat QNT. Look at you, QNT, running off without me like that. Or with only just a little bit of me. What is up with that? The market looking good. Why is the market looking good? I'd like to come back to Bitcoin because, you know, kind of track what she's been doing since she hit this low of 52,000 just recently. 6 days ago. So within 1 week, we bounced back. I still remember seeing one of those 1 minute guys trying to short this. Was it here? Yeah, I believe it was. And here we are, bouncing around somewhere just a little under 60,000. We're at 58,000 again. Well, look at you, Bitcoin. She's been a little difficult to track, and this trend line is kind of shaggy, if you will, on the smaller time frame. And when it gets noisy like that, the best thing to do is just zoom out a little bit. And look, not as shaggy. Well, this looks like a good place to draw a trend line. Now on this one, I went from the wick to the candle bodies. That's the best that we could do in this case. We could have went from wick to wick, and then we'd be sitting here with trying to draw a line, baby. Yeah, that's a valid trend line. It's a valid idea. It's just then you got to say, well, gosh, price is so far away from it. What could you do there? And you got all your other ideas, and they're valid. That angle means something. It still means something right up here, believe it or not. But you have to see it to believe it. I go for right here. I'm looking at this little candle here and this wick. Call me crazy. You can get rid of this little guy. Well, that's an interesting idea. I wasn't really looking at the market that way, but you know, you crisscross, and here we were in the downward channel, and now we're coming to the upside. Remember, there's a measured move from that. People forget about that, especially those. I don't know. I find that a lot of people forget where they come from. If you know where you come from, you know where you're going. Know where you've been, know where you are now. You know where you can figure out where you're going. It's still suggesting that we come up here at about 59,838, and that's also right around our 618 Fibonacci special little sauce area, dipped with just a little of a 200 moving average with a 360 moving average as a cherry on top. It's coming in at 60,300-ish. I foresee that we got a decent chance to try to make it up there and try to make it up there in one trend line. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. Don't know if I'll get that because market doesn't care what I think and wish for. It likes to crush all my hopes and dreams because that's just what markets are good at doing. They're very good at that. So if we're taking this idea here, it can show some resistance up here, and we got a little confidence moving average wise, and a little Fibonacci area. There's another one in between our 60K area, roughly about 58.8. And now our little Ichimoku cloud, which is this red blob behind price action here, which I just like keeping in the background, just the cloud itself, not all the little stuff that comes with it, but it gives me some peace of mind of knowing what side of the tracks I'm on, and it can give me some insight if there's going to be a good move coming. Sometimes there's little signs that it gives me. One of those signs is coming in through a nice thick green cloud or a red cloud and having this little sliver of green cloud over here. That's usually a good sign. It is also showing this little level area right over here, right where we have our 50% Fibonacci level at $58,776, and that will be our first area to fight with. And we've not quite made it up there and been suffering pullbacks and push downs and everything. There's been a lot of sell pressure up there, and will be continue as price continues to travel upward. Yeah, looking at this, I'm on a 6-hour chart. Really, that's an oddball chart. I didn't mean to do that. Why'd even have it up there? I like a mix, but I normally chart on the 4-hour. Same thing, it's close enough here. On this particular chart, that 200 moving average is coming in closer, a little bit closer to that 50% fib area. A little bit technical for you. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We're still looking. It's a lot more noisy on here, though. 6 hours less noisy. A little less noisy, I think. You just have to find a time frame that you're cool with, one that makes sense with you, especially if it lines up with your moving averages. It's probably worth watching. And there's this idea of a rise. You could get a rising wedge out of this. Come to the downside. Remember all these upward moves like this, these upward channels, these upward trend lines right here on the bottom. They have a tendency for price to break down, and it can. Hey, remember this where we were back here, this other channel? Yeah. What a lot of the pattern gurus I see on YouTube fail to mention is that there's always that chance of a retest. That means price gets to a point of rejection and it comes back and it will retest the breakout price and or the trend line itself. Sometimes it may not even get all the way back down there and it'll test out a previous level of support resistance, and this might be some area to look at. But usually you will see that happen, and that gives you a chance to get back in at those prices. This doesn't happen every time, but it happens more often than not, often enough to give you an edge in the market, to know that it's the opportunity, that if you just be patient, not FOMO into the green candles while they're up here near a top area on any coin, and just wait for that. Now I'm also looking for the 3 humps in a dump scenario. Now that may play out. Maybe when we get to 58, say 8, and my 60K and bust thing, well, maybe we bust and then come back down to these areas and retest them at 56 or lower. Maybe. I foresee us being in a possible range between 60,000 and 55,000 for quite a while. That would fall neatly into this theory, keeping that trend line somewhat intact. It's not as beautiful over here on the 4-hour. But the better Bitcoin does, the better our altcoins do, and we're better yet than to see that than to look at total 3, which is above the 200 moving average. I was not expecting. I wasn't keeping up with that on this 4-hour. That's Very, very nice. Very, 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 very fresh. I like it. I want to park this trend line up here and finagler right here underneath our new information there. Touch there, touches here, touches there, touches everywhere. It could be a human resource nightmare. But we're above the 200 moving average, so all is forgiven. It's all in good time. Looking at this target up here at $585 billion, and we're sitting here at 568. That could be so toasty, yummy. You don't realize where you don't realize. We're back in the areas that we were in our, after our recovery after this, and we finally came up with like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we still feel beaten down from all this, don't we? We admit it to ourselves. That did some damage right there. That did some damage to my portfolio right there. I lost a few well-earned moon bags in that little debacle right there. Or the majority of them. Might as well say that they were gone. I'm trying to build some of them suckers back up. Most notably, a few of the coins we'll be looking at tonight. Shout out to everybody here just hanging out with me as we look at total 3 and see that we got room to go up a little bit. We're making a nice little recovery, bouncing off this 360 moving average on the daily. Recovering the 21 moving average, but yet the 9 is still hanging down here. We need the Q to follow up. We need a little bit more price action to push that up. Let's get these moving average crossing. Let's get them crossing. Let's make some babies in here, baby. Let's make this number go up. Come on, you hear what I'm saying? Let's go. What you waiting on? We need to get a higher high, man. I know, I'm not trying to support a bad habit, but you got to get high. You got to. You inhale. Do what you got to do. You got to get above $628 million for this to be a successful run. Let's go do it. You got a 200 moving average over there just ready to smack you down once you get there, but I don't care. Let's just get there and enjoy the ride. Shout out to all the beautiful, beautiful people hanging out with me. Legends in the space. We've got Jackson here with and asking about Q&T. I've got that written down. Jackson, we'll go over that. Derek Adams says, money, 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 money. Money, 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 says Strega in a falsetto. Dr. Doomer, how's it going? My man. There's also an invite link to the chat group, and there's supposed to be one to the actual chart room. Throw that up right now. Check, says Strega. Mic is on, right? Yeah. Strega says, I just get liquidated. I'm not selling anything. I don't think this is, well, I don't know if you're taking profits in a planned trade, but otherwise, for a longer term thing, man, I'm trying to get my bags packed, like, because I got some positions on that big drop that they got liquidated, all but about 5 to 10% left. I'm trying to build those up. That's Link and Near, man, and those were near to my heart. Near, I've got such a fraction of what I had before. So I feel you. And then those, I'm not even trying to take profits. I'm just trying to accumulate those little suckers as much as I can. I've done a pretty good deal. I did the same thing with SWE. I started with a small position of SWE and that one's grown. But I'm struggling with some others. It's been weird. I got too many is what it is. There's Joe from Trade Intuition. Touch here, touch there, human resource time here. Yeah. And there's Miss Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? Always glad to have you here. Can you please look at Big Time? I will. And Joe says, Big Time pumped? I would not touch it. We'll take a look at Big Time. Celinda is pretty savvy. From our little intercourses. That's not the right word. Within Telegram on the public chat thing. her interactions and just what little I've talked to her, I get a feeling she's got a good sense of this market. She's got a good head on her shoulders with this crypto market. And I've just seen her make some very, very smart comments. So I'm very glad to have you here. Let's see, what have we got? I said the wrong word and it really threw me off my game. I didn't mean anything by that. Let's go with Q&T was the first request. Let's take a look at that one real quick. What happened here? I got a big fib all in my way here. Q&T just blasted through. It's a screw you, Road Dog. I'm leaving town without you, buddy. So I guess we can expect her to start working up there to $80. Let's go ahead and get these off. These are good. She's at, I had a 78. Oh, look, it nailed it. 78. Duck lips. Nailed it. All right, so that was a target that I got lazy and didn't draw a line on. Do you know which one that one was? Do you know which one that one was? That's the one that looks so crazy when I put it out there that I'm just like, yeah, people want to laugh at this one. Yeah, well, this little guy right here. Now, this should be an area where she could get rejected, for real, Q&T. And draw a trend line, you can see that. This is a rejection area, so. Roll back over, Q&T. I got some buy orders down here. You got to come back and bail. I ain't done with you yet. This is one I got liquidated on too, and I don't know if I want to mess with this one anymore or not. She's just been so lackluster. The whole time I've been in her, she's just been a more of a disappointment and slow mover than a bundle of joy. I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, look at this price action. I mean, she was fun here on this ride up into October 22, and then after that, it was downhill. So she's not really recovered much ground. Wow, man. 147 about the beginning of the year. That's appointment in Q&T. If you're holding this in a long-term bag, you saw the value of it drop 60%. And or get liquidated in the big ass drop if you were trying any kind of leverage play, which guilty. I have a half of one left and I'm working that little sucker's butt off. I'm going to try to grow at least 5 out of it. I'm not going to have I don't think I'll ever recover what I had. All right, so we got this. Nailed it. We should do that little vanity thing. I forgot. I got to do this for the algorithm. It's mandatory on YouTube to be a performance chartist. Where are you, text? I used to. Don't. Come on now. Nailed it. And if you had been in my OnlyFans FTSE trade group, where I post the charts with pictures of my feet, sometimes other people's feet. You know that's the secret sauce. $5,000 a month, you can be an elite member of my OnlyFans FTSE chart group. Join today, and you can get nailed just like this price action did. Sean, how's it looking on the algorithm? That algorithm's so tricky to figure out. Well, we gotta copy this and we gotta put it in our vanity wall over here in the Telegram group, because that's the only way I can remember to bring this up on this thing, is to do these select things. Vanity wall. We'll just paste it there. Just what was this? Q&T. Nailed it. Mega gains, baby. Mega gains. And post it right there. Nailed it. So she going any higher? That's the big question. Let's go ahead and get rid of all the silliness and all this vanity. and let's take a look and see how we can actually make some money. And so it's like, look, I can draw lines. The goal is we can all draw lines. We just want to learn how to execute them properly. She is above the danger zone. She's been the highway to the danger zone at $72. You cleared it? Oh, gosh darn it. You give me no choice but to start target. Oh, okay. It's good that I'm looking at it this way too. Sometimes I try to do this stuff on my phone. All right, so $72 is our new base area. Our next area of attack that we're looking for QNT to go to will be now $87. And she's on a journey to go to 111, but will she make it in one? There's probably lots of bends to that old river, just like Tom Sawyer going down the old Mississippi. She going on a big ass adventure, a slow ass adventure too, just like that trip with Tom Sawyer on that old Mississippi. Lots of cricks and turns and plot twists and whatnots and being left stranded and getting abandoned, and she's gonna have her ups and downs, so might be an interesting one to play. I'll see if I can still accumulate in this area over here. So where did everything go, man? Next area up for grabs, 87. Eye on the prize. Shorter term prize is 110. Now she can get higher. We could look at 162, 170 as a possibility. I haven't kind of. That could, or even better, be on the picture there. For the patient, trust me, with this one, you gotta be patient. QNT will try your patience and make you realize, man, there are so many faster horses than you. And I gave her pep talks and everything. Tokenomically, it looks like an excellent project to get into. There are so few tokens, and you would think, oh, this could easily go into mega, and it could. It could easily, like, you could wake up, at some point in this bull market and see this at $3,000 and go, oh, yeah. If the narrative and all that pops off, and because they got the tokenomics to do it, just nobody wants it right now, or for a while. Let's take a look at big time. Look at that big old hockey stick. She made lower lows. Well. It looks a lot more impressive when you blow it up right here. On the daily, ding dong, looky here, from 0.08 to 11, from 8, that's a great gain. Just taking the simple idea of buying the breakout of a trend line and it getting above the 9 moving average on the daily and whatever else. Oh man, it's got all the setups, and I didn't get it. I'm not in on this one. Gosh. I remember when this one was the talk of the town and everybody wanted her, and she was 64 cents and even higher. And so she's been up to $1. And you're getting in, even now at 11 cents, there's some potential, but imagine getting in 6, 7, 8 cents when nobody else wanted to touch this sucker because she lost her area. Now she's still got to recover this area. We'll get right in there to those candle bodies. But I'm sure we'll see a little correlation with that on something that we would do here. We'll take this high down here all the way to the bottom. That's probably the most important pool that we can use in the shorter term. Here's it. That works there, but that's not where I would ever really pull a fib from. Not really. All right, so let's zoom in on this one and see what we got. She's cleared the area so far, and then needs to close this candle above it, open a candle above it. Looks good though. Ichimoku Cloud looks good. I like what I'm seeing there. $17.5 looks like the best shot it's got. Excellent target with a little bonus target at 20 cents, but that 17 will probably be as far as she gets on her first little run up there to test it. In my personal opinion, looking at all the chop that we got over there in the side. We take the width of this, just take it from the lowest point straight up there, put it here where we broke out, suggest that we'll come up and retest this little support. I predict it's going to be a support resistance area, that little area, the bottom area. Well, it is a support resistance area because now it will probably be resistance, and that will probably be as far as she gets on that first run. She probably won't even make it up here on that first run. Because that will probably be kind of intense getting past. What is that, 14? Yeah, just right under 14 cents there, right around that 14 cent area. That's going to be kind of rough for it, big time. But until then, shucks. Imagine if you got the breakout and that's your target. Well, that's a nice 66% gains. If you're seeing this and you just love buying those green candles, which we highly recommend that you don't, but if you're just an irresistible degen, just wondering what if it continues up and doesn't just roll over and leave you crying, yeah, might squeeze out 23%. Or just to be a little bit more realistic for you, since we are at this support resistance flip area here, I'm just pointing out it was support, resistance. If you jump in now and then your $100 turns into like 63. Well, you push the buy button. It ain't me. I'm just saying. Silly DJ. She's at an area where she needs to get slapped down. She's at Lucy's line here on the 4 hour. You see that? Lucy's always in the picture. She's always making a deal with prices. I don't know what's going on, man. This whole market's going to hell and Hades in the handbag. If you ask me, anytime you bring the devil into the picture, it's not something. There's something shady going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. I doubt that she gets very much further. She's got all their other moving averages hanging right down here at the breakout. I expect this one to just fully come back down and retest these areas, and hopefully she won't go past this area. She can, though. Hopefully she would just roll over, maybe flag out here and do something. That would be cool. That would be tray cool. But every breakout we got, especially if it's like in a big channel, SI there, whatever we got, blah, 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 trend line, whatever, retest. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens enough that you need to. That should be your thought after you get a breakout from a pattern or a trend line. So, when will the retest come? When can I add to my position on the retest, or when can I get in because I missed this move? That's all you can do. And since we got it's a little preemptive to do this right now, but since it's just me and you, and it's not like we're around here and just broadcasting this to lots and lots and lots of people or anything, it's just our little group here. And I could go ahead and just preemptively suggest that maybe we got a top here. We can take a subjective kind of look at where price may come back down to. If this is a top, if it's not, if it keeps going, we have to say, well, it was fun while it lasted. We were just, there's no top confirmed here on this candle yet. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is not written in stone. This is subject to change, but it does suggest that if it is the top, then our 618 is smack dab right here with all the moving averages at the breakout point, telling me that we got such a good chance to come back down to about this 8.4, 8.3 cent area. Sometime in the near future. So it's a good time to be paying yourself with the big time, and probably a lot of altcoins, if the truth be told, at the moment. I'm just saying, we're getting ready to go into Friday. This week has went by so fast for me. It's crazy. Make sure, how many Thursdays are there in a week? Anyway, it seems like it's always Thursday for me. And then we go into the lower liquidity weekend. And we're not at the point of the market where the weekends are the exciting trading. We're starting to see a few little signs, and we held our ground there with Bitcoin and everything, but there will be a time when the weekends are going to be exciting trade, and it goes up on the weekend, and then it starts leading the market rather than the traders during the week reading the market. All right, that's how it has been in previous cycles. We get those little, and that's fun. Back then, it was because, the banks they can't move their money from the banks, and they're doing it. It's the big boys working 9-to-5ers and all that, and they don't really have everything set up and do things on the weekends, and it was noticeable in the market. And that was a signal of, and then when retail started moving the market, then that's a sign, this sucker's on now. We in through bull run mode, and it's fun. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at NEAR. NEAR protocol. I'll look at my own little chart here on CoinEx. What you doing, NEAR? How's it hanging, baby? I got to know if I needs to buy you now or if I get a chance to buy you later. Bark like a dog. Ruff. Oh, NEAR's got some good possibilities, good targets. Even all the way up here. It appears. What do we got? 7, 8. Yeah, those are valid. Those little guys are valid. All right, I have to draw my lines because that's what I do. 200 moving average sitting right there too. 411. 411 might be one of my better entries on here. Are we going to look at 3 humps and a dime? Will this trend line be broken? What's going on? She's deviating from that trend line right now. And at some point, that trend line will break. I know it seems crazy, but I mean, they have this trend line which broke and it came back to test this one, and it just makes sense that eventually this one, as she's starting to look like she's flirting with that idea right now. I don't know if she's going to do it. There's a bullish cross here. I don't know what the 4 hour. This one's starting to look strong. I don't want this one to get away from me. But one of the things that's telling me it won't get too far away is that our 150 moving average are below the 200 here too. So she's not going to get too far away. She's going to have to come in. We're going to have to bounce within here to some degree. So I'm not too scared. But fib-wise, she is likely to come back to the 412, 411 area for a little bit of a retest. Follow the trend line. She breaks that, then she could be coming back down near to these areas, about 380 or so. I don't see a sign of that, but there is, this might qualify as the 3 hump and a dump thing, and I bet Elliot's got something to say about that, don't you? I haven't even talked to Elliot in a long time. Elliot, where you at, man? Zero out, baby. Elliot not working? He on strike? What happened? TradingView not pay you enough, Elliot? Oh, here you are. Yeah, here it is. So Elliott Wave sees this idea as the 5th wave, and then we start working on an ABC correction. So you get your 1, 2, 3, 4. Your 4 does not overlap or touch the 1 wave. That's the rules, the basic rules of it. And 3 wave should be, bigger than this one, which it is. Eventually, what will be cool is that this, after that ABC correction, ends up being hopefully a big ass 1 wave, and then we go on and do this on a bigger scale. That's what we're looking at when it comes to Elliott Wave. You don't have to be in it. You can get the little cheater indicator, and that's all I do too. Is just kind of look at it with just the basics. I am not an Elliott wave trader. It's not my thing, but I do respect it to a degree that whatever I can understand it. But they should be doing an ABC correction, and that could be. Oh look, that's the bathroom wall pattern for real, for real. That's a shoulder hidden, shoulder to the downside. I don't know. Maybe who knows what I don't know what Elliott says after that. It should be another 5 waves in one direction or the other. But that ABC correction could look a lot like a shoulder head and shoulder to the downside. Whoa! Will it have a neckline? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Does it have a neckline? I don't think she's got a neckline. All right, Near, so what are you doing? It looks like my Elliott says that you should be coming down after this. This is your last wave, partner. This is it. This is all she wrote. You're over. You're done with. You're toast, man. It's time to give it up. You got to take a break, honey. You've been on the road too long. You got to pull it in and get some shut-eye. You can't be driving this wide-eyed weight anymore. But I'm not convinced, man, because... Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I'm looking at my moving average on a 1 hour time frame. For real. 600 above 800. These need some work done to them. 1 hour ain't gonna tell me nothing. No, and I want to see what we got here on the 4 hour. 4 hour looking. 4 hour looking like she wanted to go for 455. That might be an area to consider. Maybe a short if we get up there. Right now, we have not broken this major trend line, and until we do, this trend is still intact, making higher highs and higher lows, and therefore making our portfolios grow and making some money. And I will not fault it for making us some money. 456 looks like where she wants to try to go after possibly testing this little area. I think we might come down here first, though. 412. Moving and a grooving. This thing's all feel privileged to be part of your group. Man, I'm glad to have you, Selena. She's a smart cookie. Sam, have you looked at Beam lately? I have not. We will do that. I'll write it down so I won't forget. Otherwise, I'll see a squirrel and we'll be talking about something crazy. Linda said Beam had a nice day. The Crypto Remora. Hey, welcome to stream, yeah? Oh, I finally caught one live. For you guys that don't know, I caught these guys. Gotta give them a shout out. And they've got, let's make sure we got the, thought I'd give it the Crypto Remora. Here it is. That's what I was looking for. They got 771 subscribers, and a few of you guys can probably go check them out, see if you resonate with them. And I like what I saw over there. And they're just bringing some alpha out here. And small channels, just give them a shout out. I'm a small channel too, but we can do what we can do. Help a brother out and get some more crypto alpha, crypto knowledge. It's all about reaching out there, not believing everything you hear from just willy-nilly what sources, but it's about adding information and knowledge and wisdom from people that have been through this before and talking about it. It's not about the price predictions and we're going to go here by this time and you know all that kind of stuff. It's about finding those tools, adding it to your toolbox, getting your mindset right, getting your game plan on. And there are so many good content creators out here on YouTube that just need a good shout out in Crypto Remora. Thank you guys for hanging out. Go check them out, guys. Give them a like, subscribe. And it's just not fair to do this unless we do it for everybody. And if you do that for Crypto Remora, you also got to remember that Joe here is also has a YouTube channel, Trade Intuition. Joe goes live every day at 3 o'clock with that good old Trading Alpha, giving his mindset for the setups and the price action and what's going on there. And if you don't have an understanding of what he's teaching there, man, you're gonna miss some key concepts. You just are. Joe's out there spreading that alpha every day for free. So glad to have you guys here. And here's Grandma says, hi, remember Demetria did 30% move, which I'd bought more. I tried to go with that one. I don't see how, I mean, it had hype and it did good even after I got out of it. It's a deep in play. I just think it's too early. But it will do good. It has done good. It's got a good history. I have to weed out how many coins I'm a crypto addict. I have too many coins. I am a degen. I embrace that degen. Sometimes that degen just wrestles away the keyboard from me and starts hitting that sell button like crazy every once in a while. I'm like, don't buy that green candle. He's like, screw you, Road Dog. You're tied up. It sucks to be you. And I got lots of coins I'm trying to weed out because I'm tired of what I've been going through with this. I want to concentrate at this point in time on the good ones, on the good solid ones, the ones that have been performing so well against BTC. Hey, we got Busan. Sir, please tell about BTC. We've been going over BTC, and I did it early, and I know that I do come back to BTC often, especially at the end of the stream. I do go back and take one last look at Bitcoin. In a nutshell, what I see going on over the few weeks is that we'll be ranging between 55-ish and 60 between here for a little bit. And then probably in October, November-ish, we might get a break out of that and go back up to the 70. Or, we might have a spike up there until then. I don't know, but it looks like we're going to range here for a little while. Crypto Morris said, just started learning Elliott. It's so complex, needless to say, still a lot to learn. It can be. And then I guess, I come from being the first thing I learned was bot stuff, which didn't make any sense to me at the time, but later in retrospect, after learning TA, it's like, that's what that meant. That's what I was supposed to have been doing. Because I thought I'll let a bot trade because I sucked at it. But, I got into pattern trading and because that made sense to me. And then I got turned on to Thomas Bukowski. I think that name got leaked in a trading group, but I latched on to it. Found out that Thomas Bukowski wrote the encyclopedia on pattern trading, and he's got the real statistics over there. When you hear, this pattern breaks up this percent of the time, or breaks down this percent of the time, everybody keeps throwing out 68% because it's been embedded in their brain by our mentor in that group, and now a spin-off from that one has their own group, and I hear that thing 68% of the time for everything, which, as an pattern trader and Thomas Bukowski student, I find that very insulting. Because that's what brought me to this, is all the variability. But anyway, I started out pattern trading, and from there, learning, just adding tools to my toolbox. I would say I lean a lot more toward Fibonacci now, though. I still use the patterns. Patterns are great, and but the Elliott wave is very complex. And for me as a pattern trader, what I liked about patterns is I could get a measured move. I knew I had a target and a percentage of or if it was likely to break out or not. I had something I could work with Elliott wave. When I would just see people go over it, well, this is going to be a wave 2 or this, and it was very subjective. And I was like, well, is it a wave 1 and 2 or not? And we're going to go over all these different wave ideas, and then it can be confusing. It can be confusing watching all of that. And then I'm like, well, okay, well, where do you buy in and where do you sell? And I never heard that talked about. Is always just levels of price prediction, I guess. At least who I was watching at the time. It just never had a good sell for me. But I mean, it's Thomas Bukowski over on the patternsite.com. He does have a section going over Elliott wave too. So that's a great place in my personal opinion. Yeah, he's got Elliott wave section right over here. Bukowski on the Elliott wave principle, and I would definitely listen to what he says over just any YouTube or anything. This guy retired in his 30s from trading. He started writing books and everything about it since then, and he even has his free site with all his book stuff here for free. So I've got his books, and I use his site more than anything. But that's been a game changer for me, was just paying a little bit more attention to what that man says rather than what your average YouTuber out there that claims to be a guru and will teach you how to be a millionaire too if you join their paid group. And that's really the secret to how they got to be a millionaire there. You know, you want to join the group to learn how to trade so that you can do what they did, but that's not what they did. And that's kind of an issue that sore spot I have in this crypto space. I mean, if you're getting $100,000 a month from your trading group and big balling and making them, you know, it's smart throwing it in crypto. Very smart, smart. But then you're sitting there doing. Anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead. Near looks like she wants to try to do something a little bit more. It's actually looking a little bit bullish here on the 4-hour, 9-moving average crossing the 200. That's bullish, but she's trying to recover here. So it looks like she may range through here and still try to go up to 455. We're going to take a look at Beam. I should have crossed these things out. I don't know if did we take a look at Beam? I got short-term memory loss here. We looked at big time. I can't remember if we looked at Beam or not. Oh my God. She's looking good here on the 4 hours. A lot of these altcoins are looking good. So much better if you'd been planning ahead and accumulating in the, you know, below this little 238 or 236 movement or pivot area accumulation zone that we talk about. Because when she gets out of there and starts heading back up to the 618 and everything, like, man, I wish I bought more down there. It's just when she starts getting all green and everybody starts talking about her, she gets more appealing to the masses, and that's when the market makers come in and start dumping on their asses. When it goes green and appeals to the masses, expect the market makers to dump on your asses. Always wanted to be a songwriter. 16.5 cents would complete this double bottom. Confirm that little guy. Now, hopefully she wouldn't roll over here, but she probably will, just to be honest with you, and take a little longer to get up there. But eventually she's got the good old measure move just from this double bottom, and we'll just take it from the tip top down to the bottom. Don't you drop. And that suggests that we could get up here to this area. The 0.022 cents, man. Now, if you step back and think about this, we just now cleared this 382 area, by the way. From swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. That's a good sign. We can hold it. That would be good. I would not feel comfortable jumping in there myself. I would be looking for a pullback. But for everybody that did get in at that price range and was patient and went through all the turbulence that comes through this, you might make 20, 17, 18% at first. But there could be a nice 60% move possible there for that idea. Beam is doing good. That's a nice come up out of Beam. Nice come up out of Beam. That's 12% from there. And if you... Rare to catch the bottoms, but you might catch it somewhere close by there. You might did it's about 20%. Or if you just had a bag and been holding it forever and decided, well, she looks 20% better than what she did, you know, a couple of days ago. She's looking good. I lost me chat. Come here, boy. Seriously, dude. I'm clicking it. You're hiding over here. Stricker says, I just don't pay attention. I don't pay attention either half the time. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, my pleasure. Thank you for checking out my stream. And we got Trey Spot. How's it going, Trey? I want to take a look at, man, I got two bags. I got Arweave and I got AVAX, and they're both kind of weird right now. Arweave has got me really kind of perplexed with the price action. I'm trying to figure out, because you can clear this off. Oh, this is on CoinEx, so this is my. Well, here's my predicament with this guy. She still looks bearish to me. That's my prediction. She still looks bearish, and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. The rest of the market's starting to go up, and you're not quite bullish yet. There's some signs, a little bit of hope. She just lost to 618 right here, right? So I'm like, are you coming back down to 13? I mean, we got a 100 moving average around there, and that just doesn't, with everything else starting to go up a little bit. Why are you coming down? Are we? You're supposed to be America's sweetheart. You was at $50, and now you on sale for 20. What's happened? And the closest thing I can get is this trend line right here, which we seem to be respecting. So my dilemma is I don't have a problem buying the bottom of trend lines. I liked it. This is a weekly. Let's come down to the daily to get a better sense for what's going on here. And here we are below the Ichimoku cloud, man, and crossing all these moving averages bearishly. Weird thing is they're in alignment for more upside. Tells me we can get a bounce down here. So it's at 19. It's under $20. It's under 20 now. How far low can she go? Can I have enough patience to wait for $18? Is basically what it's coming down to. I expect a bounce off this trend line. If she breaks that trend line, then this trade has to be over, and she'll probably come down and bear trap, what I'm guessing. At this point in the game in the market, let's put our thinking caps on. Rounded shapes, break it, you come back in, pop to the upside. She could be playing some games with us. But for what we got right now, I mean, we could bounce off of that, and it's 786. She's respected that. Looks like she's going to come back down to this area. Is the Road Dog going to be patient enough, or is he going to FOMO in ahead of time? That's what because I'm having trouble. So I have to set limit orders, I guess. With the idea and the notion that if we start coming down here, especially making a lower low, but breaking that trend line, I'm going to be, oh shoot, I'm selling. She comes below 17.5 cents. That will be my stop loss. But she's looking kind of rough, and like she can come down and everything else is looking good. I trust the bigger moving averages over the small ones. Man, look at this MACD on the daily. A lot of your altcoins have this, where they're either now flipping bullish or they're getting ready to front running it. All right, so R wave and then AVAX has been kind of weird. AVAX just been hanging. Oh, you starting to move now? Yeah, this is you're the one I'm really kind of wondering about. Because I'm like, are you going to come back down and let me get you just a little bit cheaper? And how much cheaper? I mean, to the bottom of this trend line is like 21.50, and where we are, you keep edging up closer to 24. And I'm starting to feel the FOMO. I'm just telling you. And you're at a resistance area, which my rules say don't do it. Don't do it, Road Dog. Don't do it. Because that's buying resistance. But it's a flag. Yeah, and they have a tendency to form at resistance areas too, right before they turn into something crappy. I'm not sold on what I'm seeing here. But there's a golden cross coming on the 4-hour, and there's also a death cross coming at the same time, man. It kind of points, and I just take that as a sign of 3 little arrows pointing to this little price point right here at $22.80. It sounds crazy, I know, but we're going to mark that little guy. And we're going to see if that holds true. We're going to test her out. We're going to lock her in. We're going to come over here and we're going to say MA convergence. Level. 4-hour. I got to change the line there. Different color in there. So it won't trip me up when I see it. Make it a little dotted line. And lock her in. We're going to test that little theory. You'd be surprised what those moving averages will tell you. I bet you throw a fib up, they'll have something to tell you too. Oh, you suck, fibs. Well, moving averages moves, but you know, those fibs. Well, like Shakira's hips, they just don't lie. I suppose her hips would be a little bit more akin to moving averages in the shakiness area, if we really talk about it. I like this. Look at this. See, this is what I got to look for on AVAX. I mean, I know we had our trend line up here, and that was the sales signal. $24. Take your profits, ladies and gentlemen, because we're coming down. And then we did 22. Yay! We dropped a whole dollar. Whoa! We're bouncing off of a 386 fib from this pool. Now, if that's successful, this is a big ass move that could be coming. I mean, how big? Really? I mean, without me fibbing it out, let me just give you a general idea of how big. Like, to $26, come up here and talk to Lucy. That big. Lucy's the red line. She's the 666 moving average. We call her Lucy. It's kind of cute and short for taking a little nastiness off the evil that she represents. But you'd be surprised how that moving average actually plays into price action. I was so much that I've decided to use it. Not to give a devil any glory, but 6 is really the number of man, not the devil. The devil is more of a 9 guy. Esoterically speaking. Anyway, moving on to the other topics. So we got a trend line. Now we take it down to our new area, which encompasses this wick, right? What? The little wick here. So now we got 3 touches, and that makes this valid. Technically, we got a channel idea going on, but it's a steep channel, and it can break to the downside very easily. Very easily. And I'm thinking, well, are you going to, or are you going to bounce off of it? Because I buy the bottom of trend lines because it gives me a tighter risk-reward ratio. I just do this. A bounce off of here, if that takes, man, we could be going up. And the top of this channel, we're just looking at a channel idea, pretty much gives us a nice little clear area up to $26 too. So, but she is at resistance, so I can see, and then people would be looking at patterns otherwise. I like to zoom out and find the channel. That's one of my rules, because price travels in the channel. And once you understand that, it opens up, I don't know, just seems to open up the understanding of how things work a little bit better than just always trying to just find the little local pattern. Oh, look, it's a bear flag or a bull flag. It's going to the upside. Whee! Let's go, baby. Oh, we're going all the way up here to $27. Yeah, we could. Not as likely, but we could. So make up your mind, AVAX. Are you going up or going down? If you get rejected, if she does get rejected, then I guess that's what we're supposed to be looking for, right? Swing high, swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and she's going to have this little zone here. And you got to sit here wondering, well, it's $22 and $24. And when she gets to $50, am I really going to give a rat's ass if I paid $22 or $24? That's what you kind of have to ask yourself right now. Striker says got a lot of silly coins that won't just take off. I've got my share of them too. I've got some other wallets where I was playing around with meme coins, like on Base. Got a couple of wallets on Base and a couple of wallets that are dealing with Solana, and I even got one over on Stacks. I'm spread. I am really spread, and really I shouldn't be that spread. My biggest thing is, most of your wealth in this crypto market that you have in crypto needs to be in Bitcoin. It needs to be at least 50%. At least, if you're not doing that, then oh man, you'll make the idea to do it next cycle. You will. You'll learn. I had to learn. I went all heavy altcoins last time. Bitcoin outperformed everything. I went half and half this time. Bitcoin still outperformed everything. Altcoins are back to where they were, at their lows for a lot of them. They get back every game. And so you got to be paying yourself in altcoins, or else you're just going to ride the roller coaster up and down, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. And if you want to just watch number go up and number go down in your portfolio, okay, but you're not making any money until you actually hit that sell button. And if you can scoop off some of that cream when it rises to the top there, well, you got something to work with when it starts coming back down. Just rush in and build them bags, baby. Build them bags. I suppose we should probably move on now over to SecuX, which is at $1.03 for SecuX. My next target is 112 up here. It's not only a previous high that we had there, the level, but also it is a 382 Fibonacci. And so since I am a Fibonacci kind of analyst, kind of guy, kind of trader, kind of dude, I kind of go with those numbers quite a bit. You would be surprised. And Fibonacci, man, they can just break everything down. It's been an interesting ride with the Fibonacci. I started like everybody else, and all you know about the 618. That's all you hear about that 618. Well, like, come down to the 618, it'll bounce off the 618. And every once in a while, you hear somebody thought, well, come down to the 786. And you're like, what does all this stuff mean? And, you know, trial and error time and trying to read and figure out what everything is. Things start clicking in your head, and then you're like, oh, there's an extension tool and you can add other things to the tops and bottoms. How much more confusing can we make this? But I've got a Fibonacci strategy which is just awesome. Carolyn Broden and also I guess Frank Miller, if I'm not mistaken. Two sources that I would credit with the ideas and the concepts behind them. And then internalized by me and presented to you daily here, where we do a little bit more than just looking at the retracements, and we can actually use it as a predictive tool based on the sacred geometry of the Fibonacci, on the secrets that it may hold, in its computational squares and cubes of the Fibonacci itself. It's a lot of boring nerd speak that we can just sum up by pulling out a tool, whipping out this Fibonacci and playing with it. It's the best way to get to know it, just to whip it out and play with it. I'm just telling you, y'all. I'll be doing another masterclass on that in the YouTube membership area, the $3 area group thing, because you guys give $3 a month. I give back a little extras, and I think my Fib strategies were sharing, as well as the 5 moving average, which now has 8 because we added on a few extra. So I'm looking for 112 and I won't take a penny less. Come on, baby, let's rock it. You're looking awesome here on the 4 hour. Look at this, man. You got the 200 getting ready to cross. It already crossed over Lucy. It's over with now. 50 crossed over the 800. These are all very bullish signs that we still got some more upside to go. And if it comes to buy the dip, baby, buy the dip. Got a big old trend line, been respected. If she comes back to that trend line, that's somewhere around 90 cents. So anywhere between here and there, 90 cents and $1, more closer to 90 than $1. Just to be honest with you, you little degen. I know you're thinking, I want to buy right now. Don't do it. She's at a point of resistance. It's right there. Can you see it? Boom. She's in a local pattern, what we call it, the little, from this lows here to where we're working on. It's in a mega pony pattern, normally bearish, but if she breaks to the upside, she'll probably come back down halfway. I'm just saying, she'll probably get rid of some rejection there. And if she doesn't, you just come back and say, Road Dog, you suck. You went up to the moon. And I'll say, why are you complaining? You went to the moon. Take a look at Link. That's another one. That market took some of my Link from me, and I want to take I want my Link back, baby. Yeah. You're not flushing me out of the bottom, leaving me high and dry in a bag that I've been working on. You ain't doing that to me. Oh, you paying me back, baby. That little bag is growing, but man, taking its time. Link, are you getting ready to do something? Are you not going to let me accumulate you at these juicy little prices at $9 anymore? Is it over? Did I say something offensive? Did I hurt your feelings? Did I not take enough showers? Tell me what happened. Don't just run off and leave me like this, Link. Baby, I need you at 983. Link. Well, let's look and see what we got here. We got a... you didn't quite make it back to your 786, baby. What's up with that? faking us out? You're not being honest with me. You're cheating on me, ain't you, Link? I know you are. You didn't come back to the 786 like you're supposed to. You didn't come home on time. You snuck around and did something else. It's all right, now go swing high to swing low. Tell me where your price is going to go. And you're sneaking around this 382 area, getting past it. I see what you're doing, past the 200 moving average. You got past the red cloud. I know where you're going. I know where you're going. Just don't lie about it. Just tell me. Tracking this moving average, or this trend line here. We're still near the bottom of it. Out here. But all these moving averages just crossed bearishly. They bearishly crossed over it, and yet price is just still going up. Amazing. And so this is where it gets weird for me. I mean, I know we're close to the bottom of a trend line, right? We are. So, I mean, that's one rationale I could use for, trying to justify buying some here. And this is not my strategy, but it is a lot of people's strategies where you're looking for certain levels to get above. But that's hard for me because I try to train myself not to buy these tops, which is exactly what I'd be doing. And I know you could be looking, oh, look, it's an inverted head and shoulder about to bust to the upside to some crazy ass measure move that's just going to make us all filthy rich and we're going to have Lambos. I'm just trying to do this, man. I'm just trying to do that. Can we do that? Can we draw that line? And saying that we come back up to our next fib area. I'm just saying, throwing that in there. $12 link. From 1077, could she do it? Ichimoku Cloud says, you better believe she could do it. So might we start seeing a lot of FOMO start to kick in as people realize, hey man, this might be my last chance to get these things. Is it going to stick? I mean, are we going to continue up? Stochastics are kind of buried at the top on this, but they can stay that way for a while price just continues. Price just continues to go on up. That little southern accent just wasn't going to be happy until it got out. So MACD crossing bullishly on the daily tells me that, well, this should start looking interesting. I believe, my people, that we are clearing our areas here, and I may be FOMOing into another order of link. Even though, ooh, you up there, baby. I don't like doing it when you up there, but the money flow just flipped green. So when I'm in a point of doubt like this, and I had other plans, and I'm faced with this conundrum, and I'm still probably close to that trend line enough to justify it a little bit by some means. You're going to justify it hard. It's getting away from your old dog. Stop talking about it. She's already up there, third hump on the dump. I guess that's some limit orders down through here. But sometimes when we're trying to get at, where are we trying to buy up here? It's risky. I might put a fraction of 25%, 50% in. See what happens. She breaks his main trend line. Well, I probably need to stop out or sell or do something, because that means that this move is probably over. Mostly on the 4-hour time frame is where I would be tracking that idea, not on the 1 hour. It was too noisy. But those are the ideas, and well, gosh darn it. You at the top of the Bollinger Band and everything. That MACD is saying she is getting ready to rock and roll. I put a lot of faith in the MACD. She's just now getting started. There's not too many occasions where she gets started and falls over. A few. All right, you got me. But generally, when she gets started, it can last. No, but we love you long time. And I'm trying to figure out, is this a we love you long time moment? I'm going to have to exercise patience here with the old link. You suck right off. Look, 200. Wait a moment, 1 hour here, 200. 150. They are all stacked up beautiful right there. Let's see if you come down on me. Come on down, baby. Come on down to 10. Come down to 1050 for me. See what I do. I'll take a nibble at 1050. Come on down. Break that trend line though. Well, that would be plus 1050. You're contradicting yourself, Road Dog. I'm on a different time zone, different time frame. Yeah, 1050. Come on, baby. Striker says rep back at 70 cents. Oh man, I'm never buying that coin ever again. Phantom. Well, she's stalling out here on the 1 hour. Let's go to a bigger time frame. So we got a red line there, and that is my fib area, the 236 that we're breaking it and trying to break out of. Now this one's got a flag and it's above that Fibonacci area. Do I think that this one will play out? I think this one has a higher chance of breaking up for a little way anyway. I don't know how far it'll get past these moving averages because those are some big guys that will probably have a lot of resistance, but it's not going to stop the Moon Boys from drawing that little flag pattern to the upside. But we do have some compliments up here, about 63 cents. That's the next moving, or the next fib area that we got outlined there. Also got a measure move from this falling wedge that we broke out of right over here that we're still waiting for that target to hit. So that's one of the main ones, 67 cents out of Phantom. Might she be flagging out here? You think she's going to drop back down to 41? She could, or she could find support here and just keep on going. Moving averages are starting to cross really nicely. 50 ducked under the 200 and bounced right back in. Baker. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out what side you're on. 50. But she's bullish now. All these bullish crosses happening. Get ready to have 200 crossover to the 360. That's going to be another little push to the upside. All the indicators over here are saying lining up. Like maybe we're ready to do something. Even our 9 and 21 moving average, they look in danger of crossing. They really do. They're just right there. So it depends. The price stays above it. They'll just duck lip, and we'll get that little duck lippy shape going on there. Watch out, TradingView, where they do something like that, do a duck lip, kind of separate instead of crossing. Oh man, I think, oh, you look like you got a good chance to cross. You going to cross? I believe you're going to cross, baby. I believe you're going to. All right, so if you're going to cross, Phantom, you're going to get cheaper. Where you coming? Sorry, Moon Boys, that flag. I don't think that flag is going to play to the upside. I think the most realistic thing to look at here is this sweet little spot, this sweet little zone, right where all these moving averages are grouped up right there. That should be green, not red. I'm so lazy with these things. There we are. Color you green. Should have just colored you with a yeah, this little guy. Just put buy zone. So between 41 and 43.5 cents would be a nice, sweet little spot to, speaking for me to add Phantom to my existing bag. That's what I see on this. Is it Christmas again? I don't know what the name of the song is to take this off my playlist. Striker says, gotta do some trading tonight. So I'll become a member when Rev gets me good returns. I wish there was a way that I could put moderators as pre-membership access. I just think that to me that makes sense. And it doesn't, there's no. What does this do? Moderation activity, what does that do? Moderate activity will be shown. There's so much about YouTube I still gotta figure out. Hey, there's Mr. Miles first. Hey man, how's it going, Miles? I bet I know what you want to look at. You want to look at Caspa. Which Caspa? Rejecting off this 786 Fibonacci, not giving me a chance to buy more at 14 cents. What's up with you, Caspa? Had my limit orders just sitting there waiting for another nice little double dip, and here you go, trying to go off towards 17 cents on me. I thought we were pals. I thought we were like this. I thought you was going to let me get you on the cheap. Huh? Well, that's the game plan. Casper, you keep wanting to go up, and I keep wanting to buy you cheaper. We're having a conflict of interest here. I think we need to talk and negotiate. I need to zoom out because Casper's a noisy chart, man. Casper's a noisy chart. I got too many fibs pulled. We'll pull them again, I'm sure, because I'm a fib puller. I'm addicted to the fib. So what you got going on here, Casper? Respecting 200 daily moving average. Not really giving two shits about the 50 or the 100 both, which the 50 crossed that 100, so that's not the best look for you. It looks like you're going to range. Oh yes, sweet baby. Range. I'm going to take this little range box and I'm just going to move it right up here. I know it sounds crazy, but I sure is. I don't think we'll see that low there again, but if I had to guess, I'd say we can get down to 4. Oh, could you give 14.7? That would be sweet. I'll lock it. I want some more of it. But I believe we're going to range in between here from where we are now down to maybe a 14.6. Possible. This would be anywhere below 16. Looks like it would be a sweet spot. The sweet spot. We're accumulating some more of this. And it does look like she's headed down a little bit. What does the indicator say? Stochastics are starting to flip over. Money flow is still green right now. I don't know. That kind of indicates any push down. Well, it's not going to be as bearish. It may not get down past 15 cents. Check the 4 hour and see what we got going over here, because we're still looking good on 4 hour. Shoot, what you talking about, Road Dog? Talking about going down. We ain't ready to go down. We start analyzing the trend lines and we see that she could catch at 16.2, and if she bounces there, well, sucks to be me trying to get her cheaper. But might I remind you that we are in a rising channel and they do have a tendency to break to the downside. But they do also kind of ping pong between the walls of this until they finally do that. I see Lucy involved with this price action here on the 4 hour. She are just hanging out right up there. In cahoots. And I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. And let's see, the 200 sandwich in between 600. This is wild. Well, I see range. I see more range coming. And we got Mr. MacD on the 4 hour saying, yeah, baby, we're ready to start going to the downside. I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's accumulation. I guess to buy more Caspa cheaper, because I was selling a little bit when we were coming up through here. I know, Mr. Miles, you probably don't hear that, but I have to take the profits here so I can buy lower here. This is the game plan. So I need you to come down lower now, Caspa. Come touch my box. Come squeeze my box. Come down to my box, Casper. Why is he saying box so much? And I suppose we should also take a look at Solana here. She's been hanging around, man, at this range until the one day that she doesn't and she decides to pop up like maybe soon. That's a pretty solid line. Now, shape-wise, this is what you got going on right now. She's starting to make a ascending triangle, if you look at it that way. Very logical, because you got a trend line there. You also had this going on, so you might say, but it's a megaphone pattern. It's one of them that actually that is a thing. It's got a 64% chance to break to the upside. Ironically, the same thing that a inverted head and shoulder has. 64, not 68, and it's all based on, believe it or not, I want to break this head and shoulders thing down for you, this concept. This is the complex head and shoulders. It's got more shoulders than heads. It's a mutant. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever, blah, blah. You got to have a neckline, which is the same as a trend line or, a top line in a pattern. But all that fits very nicely into, I'm telling you, everything can fit into a channel or a triangle. There is one triangle or something, and that's why I have this little cheat sheet. That little guy's in the way. Why are you in the way? Take that off. Yeah, there we go. With the Bukowski percentage measurements, and this would be a great place for you to take a screenshot if you were interested in this kind of ideas. It's kind of things I share over in my group and kind of stuff that Thomas Bukowski just shares all the time on his website. But you don't have to get, is it a hard and sold? I don't know if it is or I haven't sold it or not. What if it's not? What if it's something else? What if it, there's so many ways to look at this. There's so many ways that you can be looking at all this. This was that megaphone pattern too, 7% chance to break the upside. There it is. There it goes. Yippee-ki-yay, you got it. And then it starts forming something else, and you go, I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. Not quite hitting that measured move, but then again, yeah, close enough. As in horseshoes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. As price keeps continuing, you start connecting more and more dots, and then you get more and more patterns, and here's a much bigger version of that. And where you look at it this way or this way, because this one has a 63% chance to break to the upside, so you're right, little good. However you look at this, megaphone or ascending triangle or inverted complex head and shoulders is still going to give you the same thing, and you still got the it's the same measurement, and suggest that we come right up here where our moving averages are hanging out about 152 for Solana. She's getting ready to try to do something here pretty dang quick, and gosh darn it, you are, aren't you? I'm gonna have to. I got to. It's time to look at you, Solana. I'm uncomfortable buying at some of these positions, but I feel that I must have to. I guess I'm going to nibble here at some Solana. I was hoping to get it cheaper, about 130 again, but guess that's just not going to happen, is it? Solana. She looked like she's getting ready to do something kind of nice. Kind of nice. If we do get if we win now like I did, and we get up there, that'd be about 13%. Oh gosh, pick out your leather seats for that Lambo. 13 whole %. Why, you can't get that on the legacy? Yes, you can. The stock's been doing pretty dang good, better than crypto. Look at this beautiful Adam and Eve bottom. At a freaking top. Do you see that? As a Bukowski pattern trader, that irritates the freak out of me. Whoa. Yeah. You got a bottom pattern in a top. And you wonder, why didn't that work out? Because it's a bottom pattern at a top. Probably ain't gonna work out the way you expect it to. That's my explanations for some of the things I see on YouTube when it comes to pattern trading. That violates the basic rule of reversal patterns and continuation patterns. How are you going to have a bottom reversal pattern at the top of the market? Y'all, there's some crazy shit over here on YouTube with some of these, and the popular ones, some of the more popular morning guys, the stuff that they throw out there. Most of them are good. There's just less than a handful that are out there doing some very questionable things from time to time. I believe more ego driven. There's this nice rounding here. Bigger time frame looks like this would be a bearish retest if we get ready to go up there, though. It do. It could be. That could be true. Bigger moving averages, 800, 600, 300, 200, they're all up and to the right. The bigger momentum is still here, so I would say that this channel is still good. If we break to the downside of it, it could happen. Right now, what it looks like to be happening here with Solana is that we'll get a breakup. I don't know if we'll make it up to the target, 150 or whatever. There are some movement averages at 147, 148. It looks like we may roll over, and then, I don't know. This cloud might catch us. Who knows? If we roll over, we are in danger of coming back down to the bottom of it. Might have something. Who knows what this market's going to do? We just got to take a chances with what we got right now. I just fumbled in thinking, hey man, we might go up to 150. If I'm playing this one, which I am playing this one for the bigger run. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like the way you did that. 160 would be where I'd hope to get. Eventually, I think we can hit bigger targets in the $250 area. A lot of people are looking at this. Look at that gigantic bull flag. To the upside was a lot of, well, next week, this thing is going to be up at $380. Or by this time in March 2025. Let me pull this to where I really want it to go. You see crazy things here on YouTube. There's some rounding going over here. Now, some people say rounded, they're afraid of rounded tops. Now, I kind of like rounded tops because eventually they'll find an area of support and then bounce. But it's always good to just zoom out bigger time frames. Make sure you're not going too gung-ho. Look at that MACD in particular. She's a little bit lagging, so if she's getting ready to cross negatively, it's probably not good. But if she's getting ready to she's just getting started, you're probably onto something. Because she can go a ways. So I do see that Solana looks like she's going to try to make a move up there. Let's hope so. Get our fingers crossed. I need to take some profit. This area right here, 142 to 150 is going to be interesting. Mr. Miles, lots of drama in real life. Let me zip open my fanny pack and pull it out. Hey, there's Nazarite. How's it going, Nazarite? Love Caspa keeps easing up, though. She's doing good. She's still making, she's still in an upward trend. Higher highs and higher lows. No matter how you look at it, she's strong. Very worth being in. I just want her cheaper. Mr. Miles says, new overrides. Some of your KRC20 is coming out on the 16th. A new U.S. exchange will list Caspa in the next 30 days. Is it override? Because that just sounds like a choppy market to me. I got chop coming. That's what I kind of see. Well, there's news and there's the charts. I believe the charts more than I believe the news. But a good place right in the middle, right there, is a good sweet spot. I would just still say, if you can get this under 16 cents, underneath 16 cents, yes. It might be one of the few times to do that in the near future, anyway. Derek Adams says, I need to get high. Did I say that? You typed it. I saw it right there. Look, now the cops see it too. Oh my God. There are no cops around here. Man, I gotta take this thing off the triangles. How's Florida doing? I don't know, DP. We'll take a look. Crypto Romero, hey, yeah, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Y'all watch Crypto Banner? I watch him from time to time. I like Kyle. I think, is it Kyle Dupes? Is that his last name? He's usually on late at night, and I'm still up late at night. Sometimes I'm up and catch him. Sheldon's awesome. He gets he lets get a little rambunctious sometimes. Let's that little DJ jump just like I do. He lets the DJ go out sometimes. Yeah. But Sheldon's got alpha, man. I mean, if you're looking for a morning guy, I would recommend Sheldon. From the guy that I see comes on somewhere around 10 o'clock. If you watch Sheldon in the morning or just the repeat of his morning, you will feel much brighter, much smarter, and like you know what's going on in the market than if you watch the other guy at 10 o'clock that's all about it, the ego guy. I just feel stupid if I spend too much time there. But watching Sheldon, you get alpha. He actually shares real alpha and about building that portfolio, things you should do. I mean, Banner's a good channel in my personal opinion. Not that Crypto Banner channel. Most analysts and YouTubers that I see do a good job, and especially for what genre or what little areas, niches in the market that they're doing. Most of them do good, but there's a couple out there that, you know, ego gets into the picture, and then a little not being transparent, shall I say. Smoke and mirrors being played. Deception by omission is what I call it. I found there's one person that they finally figured out where that profit and loss page was, but they misquoted themselves. So for the last 7 days, I'm at $3,000, and no, it's clearly said there. The last 7 days was 800, and if you add it up, it was there too. I look. They did have a good trade more than 7 days ago, but so smoke and mirrors, misleading the way things were presented, the way things that you take things in, the way new people hear things. Oh, this person knows what they're talking about. They've been in this market 15 years. They'll steer me the right way. All I got to do is just give them money, and then I'll learn everything that I need. And there's like, yeah, it took me 4 years to do it. You may have to be in this group for 4 years before you really get to the level that I'm at. Woo! Reel you in, baby. And now you know how Escalades are made or purchased in the USA. Mr. Miles says, but I'm a new guy and Rand is the news guy there. But I'm a news guy and Rand is the news guy there. Yeah, I like Rand. I have nothing against Crypto Man. No. Rand is Rand, and, you know, they're good. Mr. Miles, everyone just does TA. So you prefer news over TA? Is that what it is? What is TA? Nailed it! Dave, you mentioned Forda, right? See, a squirrel brain. I already forgot. Let's take a look at Forda. CoinEx got that. Look at it on their chart. Well, I'd say Mr. Miles answered the question TA and versus news. I mean, I definitely keep up with the news. Especially if you're an investor. Investors typically follow more news and make their decisions based on news. However, as an analyst, man, there's that saying, show me the chart and I'll show you the news. There will be signs on a chart of something. They will be there. Now, the analyst may miss it, may not see it till later, but there will be some kind of early sign on the charts for anything that's going to happen that's big news related or something. It's crazy how that works, but it's just, you know, it just happens all the time. And I guess you can rationalize it any way you want to, and, you know, whether it's the first movers, you know, starting to act on the news, giving the signs that something's changing. All different theories, but the biggest thing is it typically works. Forda is under that. That's not so cool, so that will be resistance there. Definitely. I wouldn't worry so much about this fib, as I would probably take the last one we got. This one might give us some information. I'm on the weekly time frame. I'm way zoomed out. All right, so snap that one in right there. And look at that 236. She gets those support resistance areas so good. Oh, beautiful. That's the first one right there. All right. Where? There you are. Forgot how to erase it. So Forda, hopefully she's at a bottom-ish area. It looks like she is, and from here to there and down, that's a 786, or it looks like it is. Let's go ahead and prove it. Let's go ahead and double check. But it could be an 886. Oh, it was an 886. You're wrong, Road Dog. You suck. Shh, stop it. You're supposed to build me up. All right. And also doing it this way, the 236 and the new 618. See how they intertwine like this? Yeah, see that? That's so cool. Yeah, it's crazy how that works, but it works. You see that a lot. The Fibonacci is a mathematical wonder made by God, in my personal opinion. Designed by God. So 13 cents is the area I'd be looking for, and we're at 12.3. That's not much of a come up. From there, breaking out of that area, hopefully it does, then we can start looking at 17 cents and up to 18. But that would be the resistance areas that we're getting for this trend line. That was the main area I'd hold for. That would give, what kind of gain would that be? From here to there, that's about 38% gains. Not bad, not bad. That's on the daily chart. Look at it on the 4 hour, what she's doing here. And she's trying to recover that. She is recovering that 200 moving average. Other moving averages got some work to do, but she's right in the middle of the cloud. Man, this is not financial advice, and I don't know anything about this token, but if I was convinced on this one, this is not a bad place. She's getting ready to break out, in my personal opinion. It's a coming, and it may not happen immediately. I'm on the 4 hour time frame. It may not happen in the next 5 minutes or so, but she's a coming. And it looks like she already did, and she's just flagging out right above it. If I were interested in this coin and wanted to build a bag in it and wanted to, I'd be going in right now. A little bit, save us just in case, you know, because there are some signs here, even on this 1 hour, that she's kind of extended, but this, and she may come back to 12. This year, 12.3 to 12, so. And when she gets to how high can she get? And when she gets to 50 cents, if it ever does, if it just gets to 30 cents from 12 cents, not bad. Just keep in mind, it's going to be some resistance underneath this guy, though. She'll come up and have to figure things out a little bit and go through a headache on the bigger time frames. That's a 5-day time frame on now. Short term, she looks like she's getting ready to pop. So it looks like she's going to try to run for it. 13.4. All right, guys, so thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream. It is 12:07. I think I went over everything on my list here, except for Demetra. I did not go over Demetra. Somebody mentioned Demetra, and I didn't go over it. She's at 7.7 cents. I'm sorry. Nice round in shape. If you're in on this one, or this zone here is your zone, man. You just now cleared a double bottom there. Let's go to the 4 hours so we can see what's really going on here. Double bottom, I would expect a retest of that. Oh, we're already retesting that area right now. Remember them retests we talk about? Must have broke out. Yeah, and well, it's the 9 cents. Give her time, she can come back to 7. No, I don't see it ever happening. She may even come down lower. It looks like all the moving averages are hanging around 6.5 cents. Yeah, that was a nice big move up, and by Charles Dow theory, you would immediately look at the 0.5 area, which, by golly, if you wouldn't believe it, that is exactly where we are right now. Let's nail you in there. Right there on top of that wick, and yeah, we're right there on the wikis. Where you line up at? Oh, she's not quite there, but okay, so 0.076 is where Charles Dow says that we could come down and bounce off, huh? The 618's at 0.072, which is, in my personal opinion, this is where we'll probably be testing, just because all our moving averages are hanging out down here. 50, 100, 200 on the bear side of the 200 haven't flipped yet. They may flip as prices coming down to this area. About 6.6 to 7.2 cents is the magic area I see for Demetra to come back down to. To add to your bags, try to sell her a little higher. But she can go up to 9-10 cents from here. Could happen. That'd be pretty nice gains. Consider this idea too. Breakout. Hey, well, that was your retest. That's nice. Look at that. So you had your channel idea here, top of the channel, broke out, retested it one time, came back up again, retested it again, lower, and then she went and shot to the moon. That's impressive. Past any measure move that you would have got on this too. You'd have to be looking to the left to actually kind of nail some of those prices. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you again tomorrow. Trade carefully. We got to take one more last look at Bitcoin. I did promise that I would do that. And here we are on the 4 hour where it kind of counts. And just tell you what I see that's going on. The trend line is being tested here. We're at 57,800 and it needs to hold. There's another trend line beneath here around 56. Maybe if we lose this, we could drop down to that area. It also has some areas we can look at to see that as being possible support areas. Not the strongest in the world, but it is something. We're trying. We may bounce here and work toward 58.8 and on up to 60,000. I can see us rolling over and breaking this trend line at any of these points. Either now it's 58 or 60. I can see that possibly happening. I don't think that's a bad thing. Ichimoku Cloud is kind of telling me, suggesting me that we are in a nice trend. But it's true, this could possibly be a rising wedge pattern too. You look at it that way as I break down to a channel. That's why I got the green channel. 800, 600 moving averages are flipped bearishly. They're not in the right order. 300, 200. On the 4 hour, we are still bearishly flipped on our moving averages. We're still in a bearish trend, so we still we're not ready to just bounce out of this just so easy and flip everything bullish all of a sudden. I'm sorry. There's going to be some fight through here. There is still that chance of bigger idea that we break this trend line and roll over, and we come back down to 53 or anywhere in between. 55 should hold. That is my take, that we will range between 55 and up to 60. But the one thing I would say, if we break 55,000, we're probably in trouble for some lower lows to the lower 50s, maybe up to upper 40s. But 55 holds, we range, and we're slightly moving our way up, and that's what the Ichimoku Cloud suggests that we do. So I feel kind of confident in Bitcoin that we will range out for a little bit. But she's just going to be up and down, and I would find a good range strategy and try to play that little sucker. See you guys tomorrow on a Friday. Just be cautious that the market makers will have a fun with us and park us someplace where we're like, I don't know what's going to happen. We could go either way. That's what they love to do on the weekends, and they're filling out and see how much retail is here on the weekends, in my personal opinion. The real fun seems to happen midweek, so it seems. Good night, everybody. See ya tomorrow. Trade wisely, trade carefully. Make that good old money. Why am I on here? I'm not supposed to be on this page. That's the wrong one, Road Dog. That is not the end screen.
Come on, come
There we go.
Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice.